Welcome back. This is What's Your Story, and we have Eliud Ngari sharing his story of how he overcame a drug, alcohol, and sex addiction. And so we're talking about how some of the things you did because of the impact of the drugs and alcohol, they wiped out that memory.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to like hospital for anything?
I did. Actually, I'm the one who actually suggests to my folks.
Okay.
Because I could tell, I mean, and here's the thing, no addict, no one in this lifestyle wants to remain there.
Is it?
No one likes it. It gets to a point of where it's now slavery becomes bondage. No
So
one
at
wants-
what point did you realize you needed help?
Police, you know, I was encountering the cops way too much. The blackouts were becoming extremely too much often, as in every time. Then even my friends, the guys I was doing drugs with and drinking with, would avoid me at some point
Why?
because I was way too gone. I mean, addicts considering you as in also, I mean, this
Staying
guy,
away from you.
Exactly. Tumhepe. Let's get away from this guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you'd almost become uncontrollable.
Exactly. I mean, people in my neighborhood would see me walk towards them
Yeah.
and wish the ground would swallow them up.
Why?
Because
What?
they start looking for, they don't know who they're going to meet. You know, they know, yes, it's Eli, it's Ngare.
Yeah.
But then, what's he gonna do today? You know?
So you could randomly choose to shout at people or even beat them up.
Even beat them up, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. You know, so it got to a point where I was like, you know, this is unbearable. Even me myself, I cannot, you know. Now when you started realizing that people are avoiding you and
Yeah.
you know, you'd go on your own and then it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fun at the beginning, it wasn't fun anymore.
So what you're saying to me is for people who are going through that kind of addiction, they know deep inside themselves that I need to get out of this.
They all do. It gets to a point where someone is like, oh man, I cannot have this lifestyle anymore.
Yeah?
It is too much. I'm hurting way too many people. I'm in trouble because also trouble, you know,
Yeah, it finds you.
yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes too much. So it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Because every time I'd even, my folks would talk to me, you know, and as soon as they'd finish talking, I'd be like, oh, let me just go get high, you know,
Oh, wow.
because it becomes unbearable. Then you cannot fight it.
Yes.
You know, it's
Yes.
got a hold of you.
It's a bondage.
It's a bondage in a way
Yes.
that it's slavery. You can't do anything
Yeah.
to help yourself. You know you need help.
Yeah. But you don't know how or
exactly.
where to
you
start.
Cannot, exactly. So I remember I just went to my folks and I was like, oh man,
Huh.
I need help.
You
Find
took-
me a rehab. And
Were they shocked or pleased?
I
Or
guess, I guess mixed emotions.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what.
Whether you were serious
because I
or
was
not.
used to saying one thing, then doing the other thing, you know. So we went to a doctor, we saw a doctor, and immediately we were in rehab. In fact, I remember the doctor saying, you can come tomorrow, so you have the rest of this day till tomorrow to do whatever it is you want to
like
do.
finish up with
Exactly.
everything.
You know.
Is that even a wise thing?
No.
What if that's the when you die, when you're finishing up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know. But I remember I just went home and I was like, you know, preparing out myself to go away.
So you packed your bags.
Yeah. Next day,
Rehab.
Rehab.
What happened there?
it's funny because, well, I know rehab helps people
Okay.
by changing the mindset, by education. But in my experience and in my opinion, only like 1-2%. I don't know. It's my statistic.
Okay.
With what I've seen.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
people
over
you've
the
talked
years,
to.
and people I've talked to, and even friends who've gone and come out, you know, rarely do people escape it 100%.
Is
They
it?
always relapse after a month, after 10 years, you know, they always relapse.
Okay.
So that's how I'm saying, there's a mind shift, there's an education,
Uh-huh.
you know what to do, you know, you get.
Yeah.
But you're never really, because in rehab you're told you're only as sober as up to your next drink.
Okay.
You get.
Uh-huh.
So you're considered an alcoholic for the rest of your life.
Ah.
Meaning if you have your drink, a sip, that's it. You know. And it erases, now the whole thing of it erases everything you've been working at because you got drunk again.
So it's like going back to step one.
Exactly, step one. So the whole time you are sober has been erased.
My God.
You see, and probably someone was fighting very hard. So for me, rehab, yes, it's good in that sense, but I mean, I stayed there for a month, and I thought I was good enough. You know.
So for a whole month you are clean. You're not
clean,
taking anything.
exactly, yeah.
Eating healthy.
Yeah. You know,
sleeping well.
Sleeping well. You know, talking, group discussions with the doctors. You know.
Saying what you're feeling.
Exactly. You know. And mostly just to share stories of.
Aki, the way you're saying it, just share.
No, because I'm not a proponent of rehabs, and they help, and I'm sure they've helped people.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking on them, but they are not the solution. They be it all, you know.
Is that why then, especially with pop culture in the West, you find people who have these addictions, they go to rehab, then after 6 months they're back to a different rehab, then after another 6 months a different rehab.
Exactly.
So someone is always at rehab. It's just a period of time when they're out, and then oops, they've relapsed, they need to go back. Is that
it's a vicious cycle?
Yeah.
I know of a relative who keeps going in and out like it's holiday, you know. Yeah,
so do they create a dependency that you have?
Exactly, it becomes also like an escape, because you're only sober when you're in there. So when you come out, I mean, in my experience, they don't follow up.
Oh, when you leave, it's goodbye.
Exactly, yeah. You know,
okay.
Plus, it's biashara, eh?
Okay. Wow.
Again, it's my opinion.
It's your opinion.
I've gotten in trouble for.
But an opinion based on your experience and your observation.
Yeah,
so it's valid.
Yeah.
So you went for a month, and then you relapsed.
Yeah, because it was in August, September, remember? September. So for 2 months I was good. Come December, everybody's having fun. Everybody's drinking.
And you forget all your lessons.
So one day I just went out with the guys and boom.
What was the
I
turning?
disappeared for 4 days.
Oh my God. And rehabs are expensive.
Yeah.
So your parents had paid for it.
Exactly.
And then in December you're back from where you started. And all of this time is the three: drugs, alcohol, and sex.
Went back way worse than I was even before.
Worse than what you described?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
You know, now became even, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a police station where they would say, "Atutaki mtu."
A police station rejected you?
Exactly. As in, no way. Find another place for this guy.
No. What?
Because then I was also making money in the police station.
How?
For example, if I was to be released on Friday or Thursday, I'd be like, no, okay, many release but let me hang out. Nitatoka Monday. So that I can nyonga watu usiku on the weekend. The drunks who have been brought in.
What?
Rob the drunks who have been brought in.
You're in a cell, right?
Yeah.
And you've been released, but you don't want to go.
Yeah, you're like, Afande, let me stay. I'll leave on Monday.
So what are you doing between Friday and Monday?
Waiting for the drunkards to be brought in on the weekend.
And you rob them?
Yeah.
And you go back to your cell?
Yeah.
And cops allow that?
I mean, see, they've been brought back in the same cell you're in.
Oh my goodness.
So you make your money during the weekend, Monday you leave.
Okay, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry, but it is so.
It's funny, but
it's like the mind of a genius.
No.
Like at that level.
Of a drug addict.
Of a drug addict. Yeah. And I hear most of them are geniuses, like naturally.
When it comes to getting money, we will.
You find a way.
We will find a way. We will devise plans. We will.
God.
You know, we'll drill mountains.
So, Eliud, your turning point, what was that?
So in December, like I was saying, in December mostly it'd be like ni Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, the festival.
Because at those days it used to be so festive,
exactly,
like December has come.
November there'd be windows being painted, the trees, you know.
Yeah.
So the mood was in there already. So after we would compete from December 1 to see who goes the longest up until January like 10th.
The longest doing what?
Being high, drunk, who parties the longest.
Wow.
You get? So after like 3 weeks I think, of nothing but binging on alcohol and drugs. And remember, this is all kinds of drugs, all kinds of alcohol, whatever we got our hands on, we drank, whatever we got our hands on, we did, okay? So the only thing I was eating were like probably crisps.
Oh my God.
I remember there's a guy who left the house, we were at one guy's house. There's a guy who left to go get something. He came back, nyanganya, these guys who sell crips, jugus.
Yes, yes.
You know, sweets.
Amechukua zote.
Amechukua hiyo carton yake akakabuna. So we were eating that. Crisps, you know, peanuts. So with the way we were doing drugs and drinking, so we could not eat.
Okay.
We just want to get drunk, get high, you know,
Yeah.
put a little something full the stomach or
Crisps.
something. Exactly.
Jesus. So you must have been very skinny then.
Oh yeah. Oh, I looked horrible.
Yeah?
Yeah, my skin was bad, like
Yeah.
the nylon
Creep,
paper.
crocodile
Exactly.
skin or something.
Oh, I looked sick. And here's the thing. This guy, I'm a guy who suffers blackouts.
Mm-hmm.
You get?
Mm-hmm. That
but
time.
I remember that morning at the queue. That's all I can remember. Because I remember I felt like my whole left side, sometimes I even confused if it's the left or the right, shutting down. Like being paralyzed, and there was a pain, and honestly, I told myself, this is it.
I'm going.
I'm going to die today, now, right here.
Yeah.
And I'm this guy who used to say, you know what, siogopi kifo, kesi baadaye. Whatever happens, kesi baadaye.
My God.
And here I am now, like, scared. Like, is this all my life was meant to be?
Yeah.
You know? And I sat down because I couldn't move. I was in pain.
On the queue.
On the queue. So I moved and sat on the pavement, and I just sat down. And I was in so much pain, and I remember just looking at the guys passing, and even my friends just going like, you know,
What's
with
happening
their
with
crazy
this
stuff,
one? Yeah.
you know, antiques. And I been raised in
A Christian family?
home. I knew what Sunday school was. I knew about God, you know, and a bit of prayer. So I remember when I was down there, because I'm looking at guys, and I just said a feeble prayer. I don't even know if it was a prayer. I just mumbled, like, you know, God. And it's the most normal prayer. There's some common prayer, you know, help me through this. And I was like saying, you know, God, if I sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow morning, I'm done. I'm done with
You
this
just
lifestyle.
said it.
I just said that. You know, mumbled something. And after, I can't even remember after how long, I felt better. And I stood up. Now this I remember very clearly, saying to myself, but God, she said tomorrow, there's
So I still have-
today. You get? So I still continued. Now from that point, I cannot remember anything.
What?
So the next day I remember I found myself at my mom's house. How I got there, I don't know.
You don't know.
Whatever happened, and it was in the morning. Remember, it was in the morning.
Yes.
So the whole day, nothing, and even the night, nothing.
Can't remember.
Can't remember Jack. Nothing at all.
So you must have gone to your dens and
Exactly.
just did
Yeah,
your
exactly.
overdose. And did you know the women you were relating with?
Most of the time, no. I woke up in funny hotels in town,
Yeah?
back streets of town, you know, with funny people I don't know,
Yeah.
strangers,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because you'd wake up and the first thing is like, who is this? You know, how did you get here? Where in town am I? Where am I?
Yeah.
So the first thing that would hit my mind
Yeah.
was, where is the condom?
Wow.
Where are they? You know,
Yeah.
look for them.
Because you don't know whether
You
you
don't
used
know
one or
whether
not.
I use your protection or not.
Yeah.
You know, even in the shoes, it'd be like,
Looking.
please let there be one at least.
It
So I
was
woke
the
up the
norm.
next day at my mom's, and I'm like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay.
Guess what I'd remember?
No.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Except the
The
prayer.
prayer. So what did you do when you remember that prayer?
I remember that prayer, and I remember I got scared.
Huh.
Because it was the only thing I could remember.
Yeah.
I got really, really scared. I just went back to sleep. I
You didn't want to
leave.
deal?
I didn't leave. I never said hi to anyone. I just locked myself back. And for some reason, I stayed there for 4 nights.
My God.
I knew I had to go through whatever was happening.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind, like, if that is what I can remember, something is happening. I couldn't tell what. So I stayed. The room smelled so bad. Oh God. Because I would vomit. You know, I had no strength to get up to go to the bathroom, right?
Oh my goodness. So everything happened there?
There.
Like a prison cell?
Exactly. Sweat. And then they would do the chills.
Hmm.
Hot, cold, sweat, vomit, hallucinations, bad dreams, all of that combined.
Jesus.
And I knew, for some reason, I had strength. Now I know God gave me the strength to go through that. I mean, it was so bad. Remember, I'm at my mom's. For some reason I went back because it was like sanctuary, you know. And I don't remember anyone knocking or asking, are you okay? Do you need something?
Yeah.
Because even before that, I think I'd gone there and caused trouble
Okay.
when I was drunk and high. So I think they were just like, oh no, you would
Whatever.
spoil our Christmas.
Yes.
I mean, no way. So let him go to what, So I remember afterwards, I just coming out, I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
That's what you call cold turkey.
Exactly, cold turkey. And doctors actually don't even
Recommend
you doing it like that after that many years. Because people actually died. Yeah.
When you got out of that room, what was your parents' reaction?
They were still very cold, like,
Yeah.
aloof, like,
Whatever.
he's here for a moment, then
He'll go.
he'll go and do whatever he needs, what he's been doing all along.
Yes.
But then I stayed. Now they were confused because I'm saying nothing.
And you're in
I'm
the
not going
house.
anywhere. I'm in the house.
And they're not stealing.
And no one's saying anything because they're like, we might say something and
He erupts.
maybe he had forgotten. Now he remember,
Yeah.
oh, I'm an addict. Let me go get high, So after some time, I think, because I even had to avoid friends.
Yes.
The guys I was hanging out with, I avoided them completely.
It's wisdom.
If I was to, my mom would ask me to do something, an errand or something, I knew that on that side I'd use this other side of the road. I avoided them completely. I knew.
So you're...
But here's the thing, back then I didn't understand what was going on.
Yes.
Now I know.
Yes. And what do you know now?
What I know now is that God, you said it, God was chasing me. We like to think we make the decision to follow God. No, God is the chaser. All Puritans from way back in the 16th, 15th century, they say that. They have a term for God, the hound of heaven. He hounds you, he comes for you. We don't make the choice. No.
I like
it's
that
God who
term.
says, I'm coming for you.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he did.
Yes.
I had no power. I couldn't hack it. Most probably, I was supposed to die.
She'd have died a long
Here's the
time
thing.
ago.
I missed her trip to Mombasa. I'd have used the same heroin. I've been in car wrecks where we've walked out and looked at the car and like, whoa.
How did I get out of this?
Tulikuwa hapo ndani, the drug overdoses. I've lost friends to alcoholic poisoning. We've been drinking with them. I remember seated somewhere drinking, woke up, went next morning to hear someone I was drinking with, didn't get up from that seat, passed on when they're there.
And you were saved from HIV as well.
Yeah, true. I slept with someone who was well known and who was also overtly open. They were HIV positive. Like I was saying earlier, me ni mtu wa kesi baadaye.
You didn't care.
I slept with her. And after a month, she actually passed away.
And here you are.
Full-blown AIDS.
Still.
Yeah. I remember one day going to December 1st, going for the tests, KICC. Oh man, I shake it all off. Like, I have to know.
Yeah.
I can't live like this.
No.
I have to know.
And it turned out negative.
Yeah. But that was after now.
Yeah.
I'd quit drinking and
when you are now on your path to
yeah. It was God
recovery.
saving me all along.
Yes.
I could see God's hand everywhere.
All over you.
All over.
Yes.
All those years, the blackouts,
And now when people look at you, they can't believe that first you have a wife and children.
Yeah.
Settled family man.
Go figure.
Even like, how did you meet your wife?
It's God. When I stopped, I have an older sister who goes to church, and she introduced me to a program in church because she saw if we don't do something now,
It could easily...
Exactly.
Yes.
Because he's doing jack. So I went to school. I went back to school.
Oh, nice.
Now in the middle of school, she introduced me to a church program. I went to church.
Yes.
Learned about God. Learned about myself in God.
In God, your identity
and
in
slowly
Christ.
I was like, oh, okay. So that's how. So I even started serving in church. So I met my wife also, who was serving in the same program as I. So we met like that. Actually, like the guy who introduced her is someone who liked her.
And he wasn't brave enough to...
Exactly. He was actually just fooling around. So nowadays I tell him, where will Lala show that? So he was like, Nelly, have you met Ngare? Ngare, have you met Nelly? That was that.
Yeah. And even said, like, according to your book, like, you two should get married, get kids.
Yeah.
Playfully.
Exactly. Playfully.
Not knowing. You crossed.
Exactly, And God, that's still, see, it's God.
Totally.
Exactly.
That a woman knew your story and still chose you.
Still chose me. Said, that's my guy.
Mm.
You know,
My goodness.
she was praying for her husband, I was praying for her wife. And here's the funny thing, the pastor that she would actually go to is the same pastor that I would
Go to and
speak
say,
exactly,
no, I want
you know,
you to pray for me to get a wife. And
let's talk, you know. So when she told him my name, he laughed and he was like, oh, you got yourself a man there. You know? So it was...
everything so divinely ordered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
there's the thing, it wasn't ordered now, it was ordered before the
Yeah,
foundation
way
of the
back
world,
then,
way back
yes,
then, you
yes.
know? So, I mean, a wife, 3 kids later,
Jesus.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's odd.
So, Eliud, what are you doing with all of this experience? Like, how are you paying it forward? Because if anyone can speak to people who are facing the kind of addictions that you went through, that would be you.
Yeah.
You know, they can listen to you because you've been there.
Yeah.
So it's not rhetoric, it's experience. So are you doing anything with that experience to help the community around you?
Yeah. The program that I was serving in church was geared towards the youth.
Okay.
So I spoke a lot about my life, the experiences and the lessons learned, and mentoring. I do a lot of mentoring. I do one-on-one, I do corporates, it doesn't matter.
Nice.
If I have the time, if I have the energy,
Yes.
I will do it.
Nice.
Apart from, I used to speak a lot,
Yes.
but then I never wrote anything. I never put anything down.
Uh-huh.
Then once someone said, you know, you should write.
Yeah.
You know, they were talking and I was listening. It was a conference. And they spoke and, you know, the way you sit there and you're like,
God is
"Pastor
saying
talking to
something.
me, you know, this is me." So immediately after that, it didn't even take a week. I started writing. And it's the same thing. I would never have gotten out of it were God not there. Give me the strength, help me through it.
And also, I think, just from reading your book, I think your mother's prayers
Oh yeah.
had a lot to do with your redemption and just that consciousness. There's something about mama's prayers.
Yeah, I read something the other day, the old reformer Martin Luther. There's a bishop told the mother who was worried that her son would never come to salvation, would never find freedom, that the bishop was encouraging the mother and saying, your prayers and your tears will never be wasted. He will come to salvation. You get? So Martin Luther finally came and...
Yeah. And we speak about him to this day.
Up to this day, and that is 1500s, you know?
Yeah.
So my mom prayed, my mom cried, my sisters prayed, my sisters cried. And I truly believe God was listening to them. And, you know, it was his time to answer when he said, you know.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
true.
sure they prayed tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
Let him come out of it. But God was like, not yet. It's my time, you know.
Yeah.
So they never get wasted, you know.
So if anyone watching and they're struggling with the same issues, I mean, everything, you need to do like an extended version of this book and include all those things you have said here that were not in the crime, you know, it needs to have more meat to it. I think you need to.
We are working on doing something about the lessons learned, mostly.
Yes.
So this was just like an introduction. So lessons learned, because people need to see their field first before they can aspire to get it clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do people find you who would be interested in just having you hold their hand and walk with them? Because there's many people.
Instagram, I'm known as the Reformed_Presbyterian, or just look at the name Eliud Ngare. On Twitter, I'm Chui_Ngare. And if anyone, I mean, I don't mind phone calls. My number is 0725 733 78. 0725 733 78. Between the hours of 7 and 6. You can call me.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. and 6
to 6 p.m.
Yeah,
That's like a whole day.
Yeah.
You're very generous with your time.
No.
No, okay. But kama me blackout na hajui hata ni usiku, si atapiga tu simu.
Atakumbuka one way.
Asema ule boy wa ile show ati alisema namba yake ni, and that time it's midnight.
Yeah, for even someone to pick up the phone and call me.
Yeah.
Text God.
Yeah.
Yeah, text God, because it's courage that
It
you know?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had calls from Eldoret, from all over the country.
Yeah.
From TZ. You know?
Yeah.
And-
Because people want help.
Yeah.
That I know for a fact.
And
Yeah.
they don't know where to get it. They
No.
don't know how to start.
Yeah. So I'm
So-
glad to hear that, you know, you offer your time and the grace upon your life
Yeah.
to just walk with people through this, because it's a bondage. And
Yeah.
except God intervenes. Yeah,
Yeah,
except
that's why-
God
That's why I'm
intervenes.
like, we have.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, your story is more or less similar to my elder sister's story, just the drugs bit. And it's a God thing, and
Yeah.
it's the mother's prayer thing. But it has to, something happens and then you make a promise without knowing, and then before you know it, you have, the same cold turkey, she did the same thing, you know. And her journey back, well, not back to God, because she was never there in the first place,
Yeah.
but she started now walking in the ways of the one who redeemed her.
Exactly, yeah.
So I know if God is not involved, then it becomes a very difficult journey. Yeah.
As in everything in life. If God is not in it,
It's true.
futile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Wow, I
The
love
title of
it.
the book is from Romans chapter 6. We are born spiritually dead, so we are in sin.
Yeah,
Our nature, first and foremost, is sin.
it's sinful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, Eliud. Hey, today you have revealed a lot more. I am so glad that you came on the show today, and I celebrate your success all these many years.
Thank God.
There's no relapses anywhere.
Amen.
And your wife speaks highly of you in the book. She says you're a loving husband, an amazing father.
By God's grace.
You know,
I'm not that good.
you totally did. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a 360
Yeah.
turn.
180.
180,
Yeah.
not 360.
The 60, then I'd go back to the same. It's 180. I turned back and.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's a 180.
It's a 180.
Yeah. And you
I was
know,
going this way, I turned back. Going
Yeah.
This way, yeah.
it's amazing. And how's your family now? How are you guys?
Oh, I thank God.
Yeah.
We are doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Last time we spoke, we were two children. Now we're 3 children.
Oh, nice. Oh, well done. You've been busy.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Sichezi. You know, I started big farming. I mean,
Oh, nice.
when people are saying during this time of Corona,
Yeah.
don't start any business, well, I'm in this world, I'm not of it.
So the next time you come, we will do like pork stuff.
Like a pork barbecue
Eish.
and some honey
Millicent,
glazed,
you have heard. Pork barbecue.
honey glazed pork.
Honey you even know how to cook.
Oh, yeah.
You who was eating crisps. But it's been such an enlightening conversation. Like, this is those stories where you hear first it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you just see this turn around. And I celebrate your story.
Amen.
And thank you for sharing it.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I never get tired of, I like to talk.
You like to talk.
Yeah.
And you look good in makeup as well. Yeah. Look, I
Yeah, I
knew that
do.
would silence you. I knew that would just make you think, what am I supposed to say? Okay, but I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Thank
keep
you so
taking
much.
care of God's people.
Thank you so much. And thank you for, you know, the space for people to share and educate others, and also we learn.
Anytime.
Yeah, I'm
anytime.
watching also.
Oh, you're watching?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. So, and thank you, our viewer, for watching today. We hope you have gleaned quite a bit. There is always hope, and there's always someone you can talk to. And this man here will make you feel safe sharing your story. If you have a story you want to share on this program, or know someone who has one, don't be shy, recommend them. We're on social media, KTN home pages, and also my pages. You can find me. DM me also between 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. I also have it doesn't matter, man. Just send us messages whenever, and we're just here to share your story, because somebody else will listen to that, and it will just help to transform their lives. You stay safe. Have a blessed week.
Gem Suites Hotel and Luxury Service Departments currently boasts 2 properties within Kenya. Gem Suites State House Crescent, set in the exclusive State House neighborhood, comprises of 34 well-appointed apartments, and Gem Suites Riverside, set up in a secure, private and tranquil setting in the upscale Riverside neighborhood with 98 luxuriously appointed full-service 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, superior hotel rooms and presidential penthouses.